Today we'll be making pickled okra. You will need the okra, some garlic, diced jalapenos, salt, sugar, one of these things, black peppercorns, whole preferable, coriander, white vinegar, some pepperoncinis or banana peppers, whatever you can find, it doesn't really matter, and a glass jar with a lid, and a knife and a cutting board. First thing you're going to want to do, you're going to want to get a colander of some sort. This one needs to be rinsed out. Get your okra in there and go wash it. You're going to want to wash them very thoroughly. See, some of them have some dirt and various things on them, insect eggs. They may not be the prettiest okra, but they'll do. When they're cleaned to your liking, what you're going to want to do is you're going to take them and you want to cut the stem off. If you cut too much, if you cut down into here, then all the slime will come out and it'll be way too slimy. But just cut the stem and it won't matter. And cut it pretty close though. That's what you're looking for. If you want, see there's also a bit of, I don't know if you can see that, there's a bit of crap on the tip from where the flower was and when it rotted. Because okra are seed pods that come from flowers. So you get that cut. Just you can cut that little tip off, just not too much, and set it to the side. Just do the rest of them. While you're at it, take 1 clove of garlic, peel all the paper off of it. And trim off some of that little stuff, and then just take it and crush it. It's maybe a bit over crushed. Just crush it. And then let's go ahead and drop it in your jar. Next, we need to get the pickling liquid made up. Some white vinegar. Don't need tons, because keep in mind there's going to be stuff floating around in the jar with it. Stuff floating around in the jar. Display some of the vinegar. Take some juice from these pepperoncinis or banana peppers. It's kind of hard for you to see it. Doesn't really matter. Just take them. And just pour a bit in there. For flavor. Now you're going to want to take some salt. Good few pinches of salt. I don't measure any of this. It doesn't really matter how much, but when you put a little salt, you're going to want to put roughly for if you put some powder in, it's going to be 3 parts salt, 1 part sugar, to kind of cut the saltiness a bit. There's some sugar. And that doesn't quite look like enough liquid, so I'm going to add a little more white vinegar to it. That should be fine. Now, we got to go take this and microwave it. On high for a few minutes is preferable. I would say 5 minutes. Maybe 4 for this much. At this point, while it's heating up, what you're going to want to do is start adding all the things you want added in there to the jar. Take some peppercorns, put exactly, it's a bit too much, but whatever. It doesn't really matter. Then some coriander. Coriander seeds, very common in pickled stuff. You can put some dill in here too if you want. I'm not gonna. So we got some black pepper, some coriander. Then some diced jalapenos. And then I'm also going to put a little pepperoncini in the jar too. Just one. The jar is a bit too small for our purposes. See, yeah, some of these will have to be cut to be fit in there, but a lot you can just kind of cram in. As long as they fit, that's what matters. You can cut them to fit, but if you cut them in the body of the okra, then you will get their slime coming out, and it will be really slimy. If you're fine with that, then by all means do it. If not, then use smaller okra than I did. Or use a bigger jar, actually. So I'm not going to end up using all of the okra that I got, because this is what's going to fit in here. But that's fine. You now take your pickling liquid and just pour it in there. I actually have a bit too much, so here you go. Leave a bit of space for air at the top. Just take your lid. You can preserve these if you want to. I'm not going to. This is boiling hot vinegar, so it's pretty hot. So you don't want to put it in the fridge directly, and actually, you don't want to completely seal it just yet. Leave it out for about an hour or so, and then you can seal it and put it in the fridge. You'll need to wait 2 days before you actually start eating these. These are from, I don't know, a month ago. First time opening them. As you can see, I used to cut them open, but that makes it very slimy. I guess you can't see that, but makes them very slimy. But even still, if you don't mind the slime, you can just cut them this way. It tastes very good. It really is that easy. The only difference with these is I cut them. I used some peppers I'd already been using. Some used peppers from previous jars. And I used minced garlic as opposed to crushed fresh garlic. That's it. That's the only difference. And dead easy. They always come out really good.